So Don Lemon was recently confronted with some racist comments that he made towards white men, and he was then asked, why are you married to a white man? And it got me thinking, there are so many radical left-leaning activists out there that claim that white people cause all of their problems, that they are the oppressors, that they are this horrible force on society, yet they are dating and or married to white people. You know what they say? Activists in the streets? Hold on. Oh, you know what they say? Activist in the streets, colonizer in the sheets. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into this video, please like and subscribe. This one's gonna be an interesting message because I've been recognizing a pattern with these radical activists, as I said before. But before we get into recognizing that pattern and breaking it down, let's watch the most recent Don Lemon clip that led to this realization.
So this, I mean, it's kind of an obnoxious Twitter handle, but it's End Wokeness. Tweeted something that said, the biggest threat to America is white men. And you said this was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
And then they put that right next to you,
and my husband,
with your husband, who happens to be a white man walking down some stairs. And then it said like Don Lemon back in whatever year it was, 2008.
I'm so glad. Is this a last question? But it doesn't have to be. But I'm glad that you asked me that question because it,
gives you the opportunity to address it.
No, it's not the opportunity to address it. It's, well, yes, but it proves what I said about internet brain and dunking on people and people wanting to sort of, have their own biases reconfirmed.
Okay, before we let Don Lemon respond, let's roll the clip of him saying that white men are the biggest threat in this country.
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men.
Now, let's get back to it.
What I said, we were talking in the context of, I think it was around the time that Christopher Wray was testifying in front of Congress, or around that time, and we were talking about terrorism. And the biggest threat was not foreign terrorism, it was domestic terrorism. And that domestic terrorism is done by radicalized right-wing males.
Well, you said white men.
I said white men, and I said mostly radicalized to the right. Yeah. And then the FBI director said the exact same thing. So I don't understand why people don't understand that. I don't get it. I didn't say all white men were the biggest terror threat.
I suppose to a lot of people, now correct me if I'm wrong here, would say that if you flipped that the other way around, that would be like hate speech, that would be this, that would be that. What do you say to
Well, I don't know. I think
that?
if you mean if there were black men, if black men were creating the, were the biggest purveyors of domestic terrorism, then okay, that would be the facts. Those are facts. I don't understand why, especially, I do a little, but not as much. I don't hear white women getting upset about that. I don't hear black women or black men. They all go, yeah, well, that's true. White guys get mad, but it's the truth.
I thought that tweet was a little bit kind of just like clearly trying to slam dunk
you. Yeah, but it's also like, again, it's gotcha. But
that one was a gotcha. I would agree that one was a gotcha.
But again.
Okay, interesting. Well, now we have a biracial woman calling you out, Don Lemon, so I don't know what you make of that. I'm half white, half black, so maybe we strike both of those categories, and you're not, in fact, correct in saying that. Let's talk about the idea of a slam dunk moment, of course, which is what they're accusing this guy of doing on Twitter, and I can sort of see that. He posted the thing on the internet to sort of say, haha, Don Lemon, in your face, you made this statement, and here's how you truly live your life. But what was Don Lemon doing with the statement about white men being the biggest threat to the United States? Was he truly trying to give you an accurate statement and characterization of white people and the threat that white males pose? Or was he trying to make a racist and incendiary comment? And I have to double down on the question that was asked by this interviewer of what if you said that about any other race? What if I went ahead and tweeted out that black men pose the biggest threat to the United States, or Jewish men pose the biggest threat to the United States? How do you think that would be perceived and received by other people who are reading that? Not good. I think it would be seen as racist. So let's go ahead and label it what it is, Don Lemon, which is racism.
Hey, I married a white guy because that's who I fell in love with. I did not say all white men were terrorists, but that's what that tweet is trying to get you to believe. That's what the criticism is. That's what happens in conservative media because they are what? They want to gin up fear and they want to demonize me. They want to demonize me, one, because they think I'm on the left, two, because I was on CNN, and three, because it's easy to say, look at what this black guy is doing. Obviously, the racism is there because they're saying he married a white guy. And you know, they want to do it because it's easy. I'm black, I'm gay, they think I'm liberal, and I was on CNN. Boom. More than a trifecta.
Oh, wow. So now Don Lemon tries to pull the intersectional victim card by pulling out all the different statuses that he holds as a victim in this country. Being black, being gay, being, I guess, perceived to be on the left, even though we all know that Don Lemon is on the left. And he says, they're trying to paint me out to be racist. In fact, it's quite the opposite, Don. What people are actually doing when they post this quote from you and the image of you and your husband getting married, they're pointing out the fact that you might not actually be a racist. You don't actually hate white people, and in fact, maybe you don't actually believe the things that you are saying out loud on TV. That's the criticism being levied to you. And instead of making that point and saying, you know, that's not truly how I feel about alt-white men, you have to defend the initial quote and go on to play the victim card about all of your other identities. And I get that it must be a struggle for Don Lemon. He said that out loud, that he believes that white men are the biggest threat to the United States. He's also supported things like critical race theory, which across the board labels white people as oppressors who are responsible for all black people's problems, and he went on to marry a white man. But you have to ask yourself, why is it that you fell in love with that white man? And what is it about his whiteness that you were able to ignore at the altar?
Most of them radicalized to the right, and we have to start doing something about them. There is no travel ban on them. There is no ban on, you know, they had the Muslim ban. There is no white guy ban.
So we already got Don Lemon making these comments about white people married to a white man. What about AOC? Making these comments about white people, married / I guess engaged to a white man. Kamala Harris making these comments about white people, married to a white man. Ilhan Omar making comments about white people, married to a white man. Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson making comments about white people, supporting critical race theory, married to a white man. The list goes on and on and on, and oftentimes I will see these videos of these woke individuals talking about how much they hate white people, how white people have been the bane of their existence, they've caused so much problems in their lives, they're responsible for all the ills that we face in society. You do a little bit of digging into their profile and find that they are dating white people. Here's an example.
Okay, this isn't like full towards you. I just see a lot of comments like this, and this was the most recent one, so I'm just responding to this one. When white people say like this, it isn't the serve they think it is. Like, you're a part of the problem, fix your people, bro. Like, when white people are like, I'm white and white people do suck. Yeah, you're probably a part of those said white people, so do something about it. Also, I hate when white people try to validate me. Like, they're literally like, I'm white, but I agree. Bro, I don't know if you noticed, but I don't need validation from white people. Like, that's the last thing I need in my life. Like, I feel like white people always try, but they miss. Like... And I feel bad for y'all. Not that bad, though, because your ancestors suck and you're stinky and evil. But bad enough where I want to call you out and tell you not to leave comments like this because it's crusty. Anyways, for all the bleach demons willing to learn, I see you. You're not as bad as the rest.
All right, your ancestors suck, you are stinky, and I believe she just referred to white people as bleach demons. But let's run the next clip of her boyfriend.
Time moves slow like a snail on the track. Every word I spit making heads nod back. My beats so smooth, they calm your mind. Thoughts unwind.
BFFR. Look at this girl. She's on the beach, just cuffed up next to one of those so-called bleach demons with the sucky ancestors who stinks, and they're kissing and hugging and cutting it up on the beach. What exactly is going on here? I'll let you guys marinate on that. Think about it. Leave your thoughts in the comments. We have one more example, although I could go on. This is the most recent one I've seen on Twitter. This girl is apparently so excited that the white population is decreasing.
The white British population has decreased by 600,000, while the minority population has increased by 1.2 million. So, yes, lads, we're winning.
Yes, lads, I guess we are winning because she gets to go and spout out all this racist garbage and then come home to a white man who she's dating who apparently accepts that she is saying these things publicly. Here's the photo. And you know what, guys? I'm truly trying to figure this out, but the math is not mathing. Why is it that time and time again I can find clips of these activists saying things that are so derogatory towards white people, and then you come to find out that they're in a relationship with a white person? If they truly believe the things they're saying, is this some sort of evil, maniacal plan to breed whiteness out of the population? They're linking up with these white people to create a bunch more mixed babies like me so whiteness no longer exists. And I wish I had this clip, but it is for some reason nowhere to be found on the internet. There's this Asian girl who says that her plan is to go around and get in relationships with as many white people as possible to breed them out of society, and that she hopes that other people of color do the same so that whiteness is done for. Now, I have a feeling this is not some sort of hive mind master plan in all of the examples that we've shown to you today in this video, but still, I'm trying to figure it out. Is it that they've maybe found the white allies that exist within the population of white people, and they found the good ones who truly care for people of color and are doing the right thing, and that's why they fell in love? That sounds a little bit more reasonable than the first explanation, but I have a feeling that it's also not that. I think it's a third thing, and the third thing is that these people truly do not believe what they're saying. They go home to white people that they managed to fall in love with because white people are not all bad. They do not signify the oppression that we all face in our life. They are not responsible for all of the world's problem. They are not the biggest threat to this country. They are not bleach demons who have sucky ancestors and stink. They're in fact normal people, and race is one of the least significant factors in all of our lives. And that's why you've managed to find a relationship with a white person who you love. And you'll still go out and say these things about white people, do your little racist rant, because that is part of the accepted narrative of today. And if you're going to be racist towards a group of people, it better be white people, because that's the only group you're allowed to be racist towards. There's a sort of cognitive dissonance being displayed here that truly needs to be addressed. And while it's fun and sort of funny to hear these statements from these people and find out that they are in fact in a relationship with a white person, it's more interesting than it is funny. And we should ask ourselves why this is the case. And again, I think it's my third hypothesis, that if you can say these things about white people and then go on to date one, you probably don't believe the things you're saying, at least not fully. And instead of doubling down on your racist comments, maybe you should do some internal investigation as to how you managed to find yourself in your current relationship. How has the love that you had for this person transcended the racial narrative that you are continuing to spout online and in public? And if you can manage to find love for the white person you're in a relationship with, why can't you manage to find that love for other white people? But guys, I would love to hear your thoughts on this subject matter. Have you noticed this pattern that I've been seeing over and over? Do you have your own examples to add on to the laundry list of people that are making these choices? Again, it's activists in the streets, colonizer in the sheets. Let me know. And if you disagree with anything that was said in this video, I encourage healthy debate, so duke it out, but do so respectfully. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Yeah, you better.